What's going on, guys? Hope you're doing well. In today's video we're going to be installing a screen swivel mount for the Tesla Model 3 or Model Y. What makes this one so unique is what is behind it. There's no longer an ugly sleeve with velcro covering up all the wires. It's nearly an OEM look with this plastic holder. It's even painted silver to match the dash. So we're going to take it step by step installing this. Some of the tools you're going to need are this plastic lever to remove the temperature sensor, and also a couple bits here. You're going to need a Torx 25 screwdriver bit, a standard Phillips screwdriver cross bit, and also an H5 hexagon screwdriver bit. And then also you'll need your 10mm socket with your socket wrench. And finally, I recommend this microfiber towel to lay over the dash so your screen can go on top of it. So we're going to remove the panel underneath the screen. There's a little hole where you can stick that lever into and pop free the cabin temperature sensor. We're going to unplug that. It's very easy. And we're eventually going to remove this sensor from this panel later on in the video. But for now, we're just going to put this piece to the side. So now we're going to take our 10mm socket wrench and loosen up the two bolts holding the screen on the dash. And these two bolts we're going to eventually put to the side in our cup holder. We're going to use this for later. We're going to remove the screen from the dash. I pulled on it a little too hard. It came off too fast in my opinion. Take your time doing this. Lay that screen down on the dash over your microfiber towel. And now we're going to take our Torx 25 screwdriver head and remove the two screws holding on this little holster. Gently slide up this holster. We're going to remove the two screws, the Torx 25 screws, and put them in the cup holder as well for later use. And now I'm going to pull up on this electrical plastic clip, slide up the wires, and then I'm going to take my screwdriver and just push on that purple or red tab and gently release the cable from the screen. And we're going to remove that holster sleeve and discard that because we no longer need it. And now we're going to attach our swivel bracket right to the dash. So we're going to take our 10mm socket bolts and put them back into their place. You'll notice I had to rotate the swivel mount to access the holes and reaffix those bolts. Take your 10mm socket and screw this back into place. Just keep rotating that swivel left and right to access those screws. And you're going to want to make sure this is very tight, making sure that swivel mount is not wiggling around or moving by any means. Once you know it's on there tight, we are going to add our cover plate, which is technically the old version of the sleeve with the velcro, but now this is custom fit for the dash. Making sure you put those wires through that cover plate at the very bottom. And you're going to want to take your time attaching this. There's a bunch of little levers on the side of it and on the bottom, or clips I should say. Just take your time attaching this to the dash. It should kind of snap into its place. Once you have this properly attached, you can see what it looks like, how it looked for this is the Model 3 2018 version. And now we're going to take our protective cover that goes behind the screen from the kit, and it just goes right over the top of that screen, and we're going to take our original Torx 25 screwdriver and Put those into place like so, making sure it's nice and tight. And now we're going to reattach our cable to our screen. Wait till you hear the click, and then reattach that white plastic bracket as well. Once you know it's back into place and it's not going anywhere, we're now going to attach our screen to the mount. It slides right on the top. It's very easy. Once it's on the holster, we're gonna now use our H5 hexagon bolts that came with the kit. These are new screws. These were not from the Tesla dash earlier. We're gonna screw in these H5 hexagon screws. After you have those hexagon screws in place, they're nice and tight, we're gonna tuck in the wiring you can see down below. Just push it further into the dash, making sure you still have that cable sticking out for the cabin temperature sensor. So now we're gonna remove the old sensor from the panel. I found it best by pulling on that tab there on the right and twisting it to the left. Also on the left tab, just turning it to the left, it should come free. There are no screws on this, and this is depending on which model you have. And you can see the kit came with 2 cover plates. Mine's a 2018 Model 3, so I had to use the one on the left. You may need to use the one on the right. So depending on which sensor you have, just choose the correct plate that fits best. And then we're going to use the included screws from the kit and attach this temperature sensor to that panel. Very easy to install these 2 screws. After you have that, again, we're just gonna simply reattach that temperature sensor to that cable. And now this panel piece is gonna clip right in to the very bottom. You can move that main screen cable if you need to. Putting the bottom in first, and then you're gonna clip in both the left and right sides. If you guys have found this video helpful so far, if you wouldn't mind smashing that like button for me, this will help YouTube promote the video even further to more people. Alright, so after you have that temperature sensor installed, we're going to take that cover plate that comes with the kit, remove those little sticky pieces, and now we're going to affix this to the back of the screen. This is the very last step. It should fit nearly perfectly to the rear. You just gotta find the right spot. Right there, you can see how it fits in nice and neatly. And look how clean it looks back there. There's no ugly sleeve. I mean, in my opinion, nearly OEM besides that little cable sticking out. I mean, I could not be happier with the way it looks. The screen now looks at the driver or the passenger. It sits a little bit lower, which I don't have a problem with, but really, I mean, after you have a screen protector to block off the sun, I mean, it looks really, really nice. No complaints with this at all. It's super easy to install. So if you were looking at purchasing this, the link is down in the description below or even in the comments. Let me know what you think of this item, guys. If you found this video helpful, again, hit that like button, and I'll catch you guys all on the next one. Take care.